Welcome to another episode of the Global Green Action Project, a place where we get to meet amazing heroes doing great changes in the world to make it a more compassionate, kinder place through humanitarian, animal, and environmental initiatives. I'm your host, Jennifer, and for today we have another amazing guest expert. We're going to learn about his resiliency and journey to success. Our guest today is the one and only Iman Aghay. He's a serial entrepreneur, international speaker, and #1 best-selling author, just to name a few of his many expertise. He also can be found on the TEDx Talks, where his TEDx Talk is one of the world's top-rated speeches, which focuses on how to live a life with no regrets. Let's take a deep dive into his journey to success right now. So without ado, I'd like to introduce you now to the amazing Iman Aghay. Welcome to our channel today. We're looking forward to hearing more about your story and a little bit more about sort of how you got to where you are today. It's quite an adventure, I hear.
Well, first of all, thank you, Jennifer, for having me here. I'm super excited for being with you and all your amazing audience members. Well, it's a long journey, as you know, and it's a journey of lots of ups and downs. But technically, it all started from a passion of wanting to making an impact in the world, and at the same time building a successful business for myself. So back in 2007, 2008, I was looking at people like Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Oprah. I was like, you know what? These people are amazing. They're changing other people's lives. They're making an impact in the world, and at the same time have a very successful business for themselves. And I want to become like them. Back then, I was living in Iran. I couldn't speak English properly. And I decided to become an international professional public speaker. So as a person who wants to become an international professional public speaker, first you need to be able to travel. Well, with an Iranian passport, it's much harder to travel. And also, I wanted to learn English to be able to become an international professional public speaker. So my wife and I decided to move to Canada. And when we landed here, our money was supposed to follow us, and it didn't. They said, you know what, we have a dream, and we'll do whatever it takes to bring our dream to reality. And we started looking for jobs after jobs after jobs, but it was 2009, which was right after 2008 recession, and there were hundreds of thousands of people out of work. And technically nobody would give a job to a person who couldn't speak English, and most companies weren't even hiring. And we almost got to the place that we were 17 days away from becoming homeless. We lost everything. Pretty much we had nothing. I remember, like, we didn't even have enough money to buy food, and didn't know even how to manage day by day. And that day I decided to start my own business. I said, if you don't give it to me, I'll build it myself. And sometimes people say, Mom, why didn't you start that earlier? And I say, well, because to that point, I was hoping somebody else give it to me. And I said, well, I don't know the culture, I don't know the language, I don't know many things. And I believed without network, connections, knowledge, language, you won't be able to succeed. And that's why I was actually counting on others. But when I lost hope in being able to get a job from somebody else, I said, I'm going to do it myself, because really, even in the next 17 days, I get a job, the first paycheck is going to come 14 days later, which means that I'm going to be already homeless before I get the paycheck. And so that's what I did. I started my business, and 3 days later, I found the first client who paid me $1,800, and that money paid the rent of the month and bought us some food. And then the next month, the same person paid me another $1,800, and somebody else paid me $800. And from there, I just kept kind of getting more and more clients and built this web design company. But then I ended up in a medical situation where I was very close to dying. And I realized that had I died, during that experience, I wouldn't have lived true to my heart. And what that means is that many times we are alive, but we are not living true to our heart. We're living true to what the society asks us to do. We live true to what everybody else is asking, not to what we actually want to do. And I realized that I want to make an impact in the world and I want to change people's lives. And I said, and this is 10 days before my 27th birthday, when that happened. So I said, if I survive my deathbed, I'm gonna do what I want in my life. I was released from the hospital the night before my 27th birthday. That was like the biggest birthday gift I could ever receive. And what I realized at that point is that I don't really know what my actual exact goal in life is. And that was very big because I used to think I know, especially when I was 18, when I was 19, like it was like, yeah, I totally know exactly what I want to do. Right. But then when I got to experience um, that, going through that experience of losing my life, I realized that wasn't real thing what I wanted. That was the thing that the society said you have to have these things, but not really what I wanted. Um, and then I went on this personal development journey on figuring out who I am and what I want, because to that point I didn't know the true desire of my heart. Right? So a year and 2 years later, I realized that I want to make an impact on the lives of 100 million people before I die, and set that as my goal, set as my main goal in life. And I said, the only way I can do this is by helping 10,000 people to make a positive impact in the lives of 10,000 clients each. And I said, well, who can I help? That's the time that I decided in my business to work with coaches, authors, speakers, program leaders, because all those people are the people that can make a huge, massive impact in the lives of other people. And technically, that's what I did. I dedicated my life to working with them. And over the years, I learned a lot more around how to build a business, around creating and selling online courses, and making an impact on other people's lives, and all of those things, and kind of got us where we are today.
That's such a powerful story. I mean, quite an adventure. When I think of how many mountains you had to climb, and here you stand, a successful business owner with so much so much goodness that you're sharing with the world and making it a better place with so much impact. And I mean, coming from humble beginnings, it's really remarkable. It's a real sign of what we call resilience. And in this day and age, where there's, especially in the last year and a bit, where everyone has had unprecedented times, isn't it nice to see how one can overcome and shine at the end of this, these obstacles that you faced?